This is the King LiKuiD Show, and I'm your man, King LiKuiD. That's LiKuid. The K for the King, not the Q for the Queen. And you are tuned into Second Sundays, Soul Sundays, Old School Sundays, giving y'all some of that classic soul, giving you some new soul too. We had our featured artist earlier in the show. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Sunday. Y'all are relaxing, enjoying the tunes, getting caught up on the news and the updates. I do this every week. You know, there's something good about being able to kick back on a Sunday, do a show, play some music, you know, have y'all tuning in and listening and enjoying, and just getting focused and rejuvenated for another week of getting things done, another week of laying the foundation towards long-term prosperity. So, up next, family, I want to get into this week's edition of The King's Decree, and want to remind all of y'all, come visit me online, www.thekinglikuidshow.com. That's TheKingLiKuid show.com. Visit me on Twitter, Facebook, and also check me out on YouTube. You can subscribe to me on YouTube. You can go to each one of these social media platforms and just do a quick search, King LiKuiD, and I will pop on up. And also, one last thing. King LiKuiD Show is Black-owned community radio, which means I need your support. Sign up today on Patreon. $2 a month is all I ask. 50 cents a week to support Black-owned community radio. So let's get into this week's edition of The King's Decree. All right, family, on this week's edition of King's Decree, I, King LiKuiD, decree that we need to optimize and have more youth football sports programs throughout the Black communities nationwide. And the reason I say this is because, let's face it, family, if we're talking about empowerment and rising up in this decade of 2020, I think one of the things that we need to do is take a look at what we do well and ask ourselves, how can we optimize this? Can anyone deny me this fact? If you had organized Black sports youth football programs and they had a approach of how can we have a good business model with young Black boys, young Black men. And when I say a business model, I mean one where we're going to be producing premier athletes, but the athletes' talent, instead of going towards, the majority of that going towards generating tens of billions of dollars for, say, a Dallas Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, now it will be more of a situation where more of that money will be going potentially back towards his family and his community. And that starts by having youth football sports programs. Let's face it, family, the NFL is not going anywhere in the next 50 years, okay? And we can extend this to the NBA too, but I'm partial to football. I'm a former football player, and everybody knows the uniqueness of football. Basketball, they play basketball all around the world, but football is only here in North America. You're not going to find the same quality, intensity, or enjoyment when it comes to the product of football that you're going to find here in the United States and Canada. Hands down, there's no place else. That's one of the things that makes us unique. So I say, let's start optimizing that, family. Let's take the approach of saying, our boys youth clubs. Like for me, I'm originally from St. Louis. We had Matthews Dicky Boys Club. You want to play youth football? Okay, you got Matthews Dicky. Hook it up where the Matthews Dicky youth football program is tied into the freshman program at, 3 or 4 or 5 other high schools that's in the hood, okay? And we take care of those kids. We don't allow those kids to taken away by the schools out in the suburbs. So what do I mean by that? All right, we got a kid, he's a good quarterback when he's young, or a good running back. Hey, we make sure we look out after his mom and his dad, his family. Make sure they're okay. That's what these recruiters do. Every single time, these college recruiters, they come down in the black community, they find our star athletes. Yeah, his mama can't pay the rent. Yeah, they need food. And so that's exactly what they do. And they come in and they get our top talent for pennies, and they take that top talent, and the next thing you know, they're on TV generating billions of dollars for men like Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. All I'm saying, family, is why can't we commodify our own talent? Why can't we capitalize on what God has given us first? And the only way we're going to do that is we're going to need to be able to have a good business plan approach, unification, something that works on a national level. I don't know, maybe figure out some kind of youth sports franchise, whatever. There are other people that can figure out the exact way to implement it. I'm the king, I'm an idea man, and this is the idea that I got. If we can figure out a way to get young black youth sports programs in the hood, in some kind of a farm system where, all these youngsters that want to play football, hey, they're going to play in the hood. We get the best premier athletes that are coming out, going into the colleges, going into the pro leagues. Heck, by doing this sets us up to start our own league, okay, if we want to. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, I know that there will be naysayers out there. I saw Dr. Boyce Watkins. He had made some comments about, these young men, they're sacrificing their lives, their sanity, and, that's very true. But that's no different than when we have men go and fight for war or go into the military. My proposal, they're going to be getting millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. But this time, instead of that money being primarily going into foolishness, this time we're going to groom them, because as they grow, their family grows and the community as a whole grows. Okay, you see what I'm saying, family? So I'm gonna end it like this, because I want to throw this picture out there for y'all so y'all can get it. So let's say you have 10 professional athletes that come out of a community, all right? Each one of these brothers is getting at least 10 to 15 to 20 million dollars a year, each one of them, all right? So now, if we've got these brothers working together, we tell those brothers, hey, y'all start a coalition, a business coalition amongst you, all right? One brother, you buy up a few city square blocks and put a grocery store in there, man. Put a little mini mall in there. Okay, another brother, you buy up some rental properties, all right? Another brother, maybe you start up like some kind of IT startup, IT training there. Another brother, hey, maybe hook up with a couple of the sisters and invest in some salons and some parlors, so the sisters can have some places where, they can go do their hair and buy beauty products. Okay, now you see what I just laid out for y'all is something called a baseline economy, based on a proven commodity. And what is that commodity? Our ability, because one thing we can count on, these white folks ain't gonna stop watching football. And they want the best of the best. They want to see black men out there playing. Look, Colin Kaepernick, he spoke for a lot of black men, but you see, they put Colin Kaepernick out of sight and out of mind. And these white folks, they're loving it. They loving Lamar Jackson, watching this guy. These white folks are loving Russell Wilson, watching him do his thing. So it's 2020, and as we're moving forward, I think that economic empowerment ideas, simple economic empowerment ideas, taking what we have, redirecting our energy, redirecting our thought process as to how we utilize it, control it, and benefit from it, is going to be key regarding our prosperity moving forward over the next 10, 20 years. So that is this week's edition of the King's Decree. You are listening to the King LiKuiD Show. This is Second Sunday, Soul Sundays, old school and soul. And we're going to get on back to the mix. I appreciate every one of y'all tuning in wherever you may happen to be in the world. Remember, the King LiKuiD Show is intelligent, independent, black-owned community radio. We are in the new decade of the 2020s, and it's all about rising, family. So remember to contact me online as well. If you've got any stories or any feedback, get at me. That's why I tell y'all, follow me on Twitter. Leave me a message. Let me know what's going on. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I got a lot of media out there that I think that y'all will enjoy. So I'm ready to get on back into the music. This is the King LiKuiD Show. I'm your man, King LiKuiD. And let's get this mixing on.